The most enjoyable is watching, their personalities develop. Then the most enjoyable, I'm trying to think. I'm joking. I think it's just getting to know them because they're hilarious and they change weekly, and it blows my mind how it's different. It's a different thing all the time. Just when you thought you've learned something, they're gonna challenge you in a different way, and it keeps it interesting. And the challenging thing, I guess, is trying to do it all at one time and trying to be the best at everything and literally just doing so many things. So the washing as well. Like, nobody mentioned how much washing there would be. That's the thing, which should come with a warning.
I'm Abbie Miranda. I'm the co-founder and designer at Beija. I've got 2 children, Marcel, who is 7, and Lua, who's 3.
My name's Maze, and I'm the co-founder of Beija London. I have 2 kids. I've got a daughter who is 3 and a son who is 4.5 months. Abs and I were surrounded by lingerie everywhere. So it was on the kitchen table. Every holiday we went on, we'd have to go to a department store to go and see Mum's production. A lot of department stores.
I was a bit embarrassed when I was small, just because my mum would give the teacher a bra at the end of the term, which is just a little bit embarrassing. But looking back, it's amazing. She was a really cool mum with a really cool job. I grew up around body neutrality, bodies are just bodies, all different shapes and sizes. There was a lot of nakedness because of the nature of the product and the industry. The image presented, the garments quite sexy, whatever, but the journey to get there it was a lot of fun. The team were all women and very creative and specialist. So I suppose growing up in that really taught me a lot about women creating together and doing this amazing stuff. The industry is definitely changing. That whole diversity in shapes, colours, sizes, boob type, scars, stretch marks, that's all a lot more visible. It didn't used to be like that. Even 5-6 years ago, it was still very waxed and blow-dried and glossy, which just seems so old-fashioned now and actually quite dangerous. Beija is part of healing that damage of that over-sexualisation for my generation, but also for our children, just so they grow up recognising elements of themselves in the imagery that we create.
I was watching the Victoria's Secret show in year 8, and I remember for so long after just looking at my arse and thinking, why does my arse not look anything like that, and how can I make it look like that? And it took up a lot of my brain space, and I didn't even know what the solution was then and why it was like that. But for Beija, it's just about representing the most realistic thing. And that's why we use our community. That's why we use the people around us for our shoots. You don't see a Victoria's Secret angel every day, but it felt like that was the only option.
How am I doing it differently? By loving my soft body. And even they poke my tummy and I have to consciously say, even if I'm not 100% feeling it, oh, look, this wobbly is so fun and jibbly, and I don't necessarily feel like that, but I have to say that and show that. Sometimes it's hurtful. Marcel will point out my beard and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, girls can be hairy too, that's normal. So the kids definitely know about Beija. They've been on the shoots, they've been there since the very beginning. What I love is if we pass a cool girl in the street, Marcel will be like, she's a Beija babe. And that makes me feel really proud because he gets it, he knows what the aesthetic is, he knows she's a cool girl, and that's just quite a compliment. And then, there's bras everywhere, they're carrying stuff with me at the weekend, lugging boxes, doing it all beside me.
Bonnie says, can I come to Beija? Where's Beija? Is that Beija? And like every time she sees a bra, she says Beija, which is really nice.
You never have a work-life balance. You have to just enjoy your job so much that it does take over your life, but it's kind of all right because it's an enjoyable thing. If you hated your job or didn't believe in the project or the reason why, you couldn't do it.
What I do, and I try to do with Bonnie when she goes to school, it's like, woo, we're going to work, and woo, we're going to school. And that's the mentality. And whenever I talk about Beija with Bonnie or with John, my husband, it's always positive. I get so much fulfillment from it, and I want Bonnie to have that as well, whatever she ends up doing, being Spider-Man or Elsa.